What's going on, everybody? Another episode of After the Whistle with me, myself, and I, Xavier and Jaden. We missed last week. We had, what did we have? Finals, anniversaries. So we missed last week, so we apologize for that. But we're back at it. We're here again. This is episode 8. Can't
Oh
tell.
no.
I don't really remember. But we're back at it again once more with some more hot fire content. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, pump more content out for you guys. But we're gonna jump right into it. So, number one on my list I had today was John Morant comes back next week, or can come back next week. Um, he will be back next week. He will have served his 25 game suspension. The Grizzlies are sitting at 6-6. Does Ja change the trajectory of this team in any way, shape, or form?
I mean, yeah, they're obviously going to become a better team and play a lot better and get some more wins out there because of Ja Morant coming back. I just, I just wonder how the team is going to adjust now with Ja being back and these guys like Jaren Jackson and Desmond Bain having to take a step back in their roles because pretty sure Desmond Bain's averaging like a lot of points right now. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he
So
is.
like, I wonder how that's going to be affected with Ja Morant coming back.
Mm-hmm. I definitely think they will be a better team. I think they'll be a better team because now you're not having to ask Desmond Bain to be the guy for you on offense. Um, you'll have job back, so you bring back that scoring, that 27, 28 points a game. Um, I also do believe now Jaren Jackson can go back into his role as more of a defensive presence type of guy. He's no longer having to ask, or he's no longer going to be asked to carry such a workload on the offensive end. So I think this does make them a better team. I do see them potentially, because I think what I saw from earlier, they had a stat out and it said that they were like 0.92% to make the playoffs. So they have like less than a 1% chance of making the playoffs as of right now. I think when Ja comes back, they can do that, at least make the play in, because the Pelicans are not what I thought they were going to be this season. I watched Zion play against the Kings the other night, and man, he just looks so out of shape. Like, I know everybody's seen that clip of him like dribbling up the court in this like the side view panel or whatever, the side shot.
Mm.
He looks so out of shape, like extremely out of shape. And it is ridiculous and actually kind of disappointing for me because a man that we've seen have flashes of being so good was MVP discussion last year is just kind of like was supposed to basically take over the league and has been anything less than that. We've seen flashes, we know what he can do, but just it's kind of disappointing to be honest with you. Do you still hold stock in Zion?
No, I do. I do.
Because
Just because, like, we know he has the potential. We know he has it there. He just got to have the work ethic to get in shape and stuff. Because there's been no major injuries this season so far. So if there's no injuries, I have stock in him. That's how I see it.
I heard a comparison because they say that he's kind of like Joel Embiid, how Joel Embiid came into the league, had foot issues, um, was out for like his what he was out his first 2 years or 3 years.
It was first 2 years.
2 years because I remember he came back and I remember he came back and he had more of the headband and he also had braids. I do remember that, and he only played like 5 minutes a game, but he
He
looked
got
great.
all right. He got drafted, right? Didn't play first season.
Yeah, I know that.
Second season comes, they draft Nerlens Noel.
Yeah,
Doesn't play that season.
I knew that.
Okay, so third season comes, Jahlil
The
Okafor is
Okafor
drafted. He doesn't play. Then it's the fourth
fourth
season he
season he played.
plays.
Yeah, so he missed his first 3 years, which is
Yeah.
it's kind of similar to Zion, but Zion kind of played and was out and played and was out. I'm in I'm losing my stock in Zion just a little bit more. I just look at him and I'm like, dude, like he has the gifts, and it's just like, bro, like, it's just being in shape. If you could go, if he could go back to the weight he was at like Duke, oh my God, we would have instant MVP discussion. And I've seen the reports where they said he doesn't listen, he doesn't, you know, diet. And then I don't know if you saw, but his old trainer had said something about him not being in shape. And he was like, but when I said it, it was a problem. And I thought that was very eye opening. So I definitely lost stock in Zion a lot, to be honest. Um, he's not panning out. I mean, again, you see this flashes, but can you? Is he still? If you're building a team, is he still the guy that you want on your team, like the number one guy, or is he better playing a second option?
I mean, I could see him as a second option. I'd be kind of goaded for real. But I don't know if he's at first option right now. Uh, Based off how he's playing right now, first option, no, no, I wouldn't have him as first option.
Yeah, I don't think he. It's so hard to say because again, you see the flashes. Like one game, he'll have 10 points with like 4 rebounds, but they'll win the game. But it's like you were drafted to be something different. You were drafted to be franchise altering, and you haven't been that yet. But then you see games like the other night. I don't know. I forgot who they played. He had he had like 30 and something else. He had like a 30. He had like a 30-point double double, and it's like stuff like that makes me frustrated. Frustrates me because it's like you have the gifts. Now just run with it. Get in shape. Do what you need to do, and you can be definitely top 10 players in the league. But he even top 15 in the league right now? I don't know.
They played the Timberwolves. He dropped
Yeah, and
36.
yeah, had the 30. Like you see games like that, and you're like, man, like why can't we get that every single night? But it's like you can't because you're not in shape. And I kind of do wish he was a little bit more in shape to where he could produce at an MVP caliber level because we know what he can do.
Yeah.
Um, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Zion, please get in shape, bro, because I have you on my fantasy basketball. So I'm only saying this as motivation, please. Another thing I wanted to bring up, and I was thinking about this the other night, the Suns. Now tonight they play the Warriors. And I thought about this the other night because they had lost a playing game. They lost to the Lakers to that controversial whatever call they had. And I started thinking, I don't even know if the Suns can I don't even know like the Suns, I'm like very scared for them to be honest with you because they they needed the regular season to gel.
Yep.
They needed the regular season to get this thing right. How are we going to play offense? How are we going to do this thing? And so far, Bradley Beal has missed time. You know, Book has missed time, and Kevin Durant is also not prone to missing time. So now I'm like, I kind of don't under. I'm a little like skeptical on them because it's like, if you guys can't get this time in the regular season to gel, then how's it going to fare during the playoffs?
Not for real. But I mean, the biggest part about the Suns, I would say, is Bradley Beal needs to play and he needs to get buckets because did you see my signing in fantasy? That was a steal.
Oh, you got
Oh
him.
man,
Yeah, you did get him in fantasy. I'm not.
that was wild. Dude in fantasy dropped Bradley Beal.
No idea
Straight
why
up
he did that.
dropped him. Why? Why would you do that? I picked him up so quick. I was on my phone at work. I was like, whoa, I got him. I got him. And
I
I just
was
put him
like,
right on my injury reserve. It's like, well, okay, Bradley Beal for free. All right.
Bradley Beal for free.
Man, that was crazy. I'm still so happy about that.
Mhm.
The Suns, they just need to play, get some reps up. That's all it is. They need everybody there. And this is really hard when you got these injury prone guys. Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm very skeptical on them too because again, the injuries, and you're not gonna be they're not gonna have enough time in the playoff because the playoffs you don't have time to gel in the playoffs.
I mean, really,
Playoffs
for real, like a Suns is like a playing team. Like if you really think about it,
because they're sitting at right now. They're sitting at what seed are the Suns
they're in the
at?
ninth seed, 12 and 10.
So they're like mediocre. But again, Katie has missed time and Book has missed time. They basically all have missed time. But again, I feel like that's very alarming. I feel like they should be worried because this regular season was for them to gel. They were supposed to be an offensive juggernaut, which for the most part they're kind of sitting at like middle of the pack. But I do believe that they need this time. Like Bradley or Kevin Durant's not playing today. And we all know that Kevin Durant is injury prone given his age. So it's like when it comes to end of the season and playoffs, what's going to happen?
Yeah, no, I really do want to know what's gonna happen in there because if they get any major injury in the playoffs, oh, they're cooked. They're cooked.
Cooked,
Done for.
cooked.
Out of
Flip them,
here.
flip them over,
Like,
pan seared. Put them in the oven. They're done. And
like
then
man,
the
it's gonna
last
be real.
week we had what was it last week or this week? We had the in season tournament championship. I think this was a huge success, to be honest.
Rigged, rigged. It's rigged,
It kind of does seem a
rigged.
little fishy that the Lakers won the first in season tournament
Really,
championship.
La Bum got it.
La bum.
Did you see my TikTok?
Yeah, when you're crying. You guys haven't,
Really,
go check our TikToks out. Best things
man.
out right now. Make sure you go check our TikToks out. It's in the link
I
tree.
was really, I was rooting for Tyrese Halliburton
Man, when I said that he was the third best point guard, some people really think I'm tripping. Some people
because you
really,
are,
like,
because you are.
man,
He's fourth,
I'm
top
telling
three,
you,
no debate.
I'm telling you.
Didn't we go over this last time?
We did, but look at the numbers. He's averaging 25, 12, and 50, 40, 90. When
Okay,
have
go look
we,
at Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's numbers.
what is he averaging? Let me see. Let me see. Shea Gilgis Alexander.
Number two seed in their conference. Like, come on now. Also, by the way, 50 wins. It's coming. It's coming. I'm just saying.
The Thunder also have like a better team than
Oh, we
the
got a better team. Blah, blah, blah. They both got two unproven teams. What do you mean?
Chet Holmgren's looking pretty
He's a
good.
rookie. He's a rookie. He's a rookie. You think Chet Holmgren's gonna be that good if he doesn't have a freaking superstar point guard like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander?
Probably not. So Shea's numbers on 34 minutes a game, he's averaging 35 and 6 with about 3 steals a game. He has a 3 to
Three.
1 3 to 1
I'm,
turnover ratio.
what's his blocks?
1 or point 0.9, so basically 1.
A point guard with a block. Come on now.
Shooting 30
DPOY going to him.
he's shooting
DPOY.
34% from the field or
What?
from 3. He's shooting
Oh, okay.
34%
I was
from
about to
3.
say like what?
55% from the field, 91% from the free throw line.
Dude, give him his MVP
I
already.
I would still take
Go.
Tyrese Halliburton. That facilitating, it's Jokic esque. He is the guard version of Jokic. I'm saying it. I said this with a text message to a couple of my friends. I said, yo, he's basically like Jokic, but he's a guard. JJ Redick, like 2 days later, then had said it, was like, yeah, he's basically like Jokic. You cannot replace the man's facilitating ability. He's without a doubt probably, like, again, behind Luca, the best playmaking guard behind Luca. Again, he dropped 15 assists the other night. I
Wait,
think somebody
really?
has,
You don't think he's better than Luca in the playmaking department?
I don't know. I see some of these Luca passes, man. I'm like, and
Nah,
plus
look,
Luca,
no, no, don't get me wrong. Luca is really goat. Like he really is.
I think Luca just has a different type of, like, I think his IQ is just a little bit higher, and his just the some of the passes I see Luca make, I'm like, oh my god, like it's just ridiculous. What is he gonna go get? I'm interested in seeing what's gonna happen. What he's gonna bring out? Oh, he didn't bring out anything.
Boy, Luka Magic right there. That boy Luka Magic.
Bro, I was
Yeah.
like, bro, what is he gonna bring out? No, I think Luca is just plus Luca. I think his facilitating is a little bit better. They have the perfect team around. I thought I thought those were. I thought those were eights. I thought he had
No,
Jordan.
no. I think these are Jordan 36s.
Ew. I think Luca is. I think Luca is just a better facilitator than Tyrese. It's like by that much. It's by like that much. It's like very minuscule though. And Luca also averages 30. Bro, it's trolling with the Luca. Doesn't even look like him either.
Nah, for real. It kind of looks like Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like him.
I mean, it's really bright, so you can't really see it. Wait.
I would say Trey Young's up there, but he turns the ball over a little too much for me. And I don't even know if Trey Young is the guy either. So I think these I like how people keep trying to make the comparisons of it was an equal trade between Luca and Trey Young.
Nah, for real. It was not an equal trade at all.
Definitely not. Yo, this Luca, yo, he's trolling. It was trolling with the Luca action. Where did you even get that from?
Winslow got it for me for Christmas.
Yeah, definitely does not look. That's too skinny to be Luca anyway.
Nah, for real.
Hey, shouts out to Luca, man. If you see this somehow, some way, shouts out to you, big bro. Definitely probably the better hooper out of all of us, out of both of us combined.
Honestly, I would cook Luca if he was like 6 foot.
He was like 6 foot. Bro, I'd probably be working at McDonald's. But I mean, I
You
think
really think Luca would be working at McDonald's if he was 6 foot?
he's just. I mean, yeah, because he would get. I mean, he's already getting picked on defense at 6'7"? 6'7"? Yeah.
Yeah, like 6'7", 6'6".
So what do you think is going to happen when he's slow and 6 foot?
Okay, if he's 6 foot, he's obviously going to become faster.
Oh, I was thinking about him still keeping that same body type too, because it's not a given that he would be automatically skinny. Why? Why? Why?
It's
Why?
a disco.
But I did have something for us. A couple things for us though.
Yep.
So look, obviously, we got to do it. It's kind of becoming a regular now. We got to do it. You're gonna guess the NBA player I'm thinking of.
Luca.
20 questions. It's
Tyrese
not Luka.
Halliburton.
It's not
Nikola
Ty.
Jokic. All right, go. Wait, all right.
All right. So you got 20 questions to answer. Who the NBA player I'm thinking of. So name this NBA player I'm thinking of in 20 questions.
Is he in the Western Conference?
He is not in the Western Conference.
Okay. Does his team play in the Atlantic Division?
Yes. Yes, he
Okay.
does.
Is he on the Boston Celtics?
He is not on the Boston Celtics.
Is he on the 76ers?
He is not on the 76ers.
Is he on the New York Knicks?
He is not on the New York Knicks.
Is he on the Brooklyn Nets?
He is on the Brooklyn Nets.
He's on the Brooklyn Nets. Okay. Is he a guard?
He is a guard.
Okay, so he is a guard. Is he a point guard?
Yes.
Is it Spencer Dinwiddie?
It is not Spencer Dinwiddie.
It is not Spencer Dinwiddie. Okay. Is it Dennis Smith Jr.?
It is Dennis Smith Jr.
Ha ha!
That was under I think that was exactly 10 questions.
Ah!
That was exactly 10 questions. but I do have something for us that is a little bit more elongated. So we got to lock in. So we're gonna give our opinions on who the best player was for the Western Conference teams all time. So we're gonna out of all the 15 teams that are on the Western Conference, we're gonna not guess, but we're gonna say who the best player was in that team's franchise's history for the Western
All right.
Conference. So we're naming teams that are the best team. We're naming players who are the best play. Damn it, Jesus! Naming the best player in this team's franchise history. All right. So
All right.
number one, we're gonna go with the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think this
Kevin
is
Garnett. What
Think,
are we
think
talking
this
about here?
thinking this is unanimous. Kevin Garnett. OKC.
I am going with Sean Kemp.
Are you really? Or are you trolling?
No, I'm trolling. Nah, it's
Oh,
Kevin
so are you
Durant.
really? Or are you trolling?
It's
Is
Kevin
that a
Durant. It's
troll?
not Westbrook. It's
What?
not Westbrook.
No,
It's
it's
Kevin Durant.
Russ.
Not
No
Russ.
way. Why is it not Russ?
When has
How?
Russ ever been better than Kevin Durant?
We're not talking about that. We're talking about like in franchise's history. Like when I think like this is the person you think of when you think of that team. So when I think of the OKC Thunder, I think of Russell Westbrook. He broke
No,
multiple
no,
records, MVPs or
no,
MVP.
no. Kevin Kevin Durant got them to the finals. Russell Westbrook had him as a fifth seed.
Yeah, but that was with. Are you talking about the year he had Victor Oladipo
The
or the
year
Paul
of
George year?
Paul George and Melo.
Yeah, I mean, but Russ, I feel like, but he
Russ won
stayed the.
an MVP, but so did Kevin Durant.
But Russ's MVP year is better.
I mean,
The triple double. It was the first time we've ever seen that in like
yes, and I agreed with him being
years.
MVP, but you know, it still comes with a grain of salt just because, in my eyes, because that's how it always was. Your MVP, you can't be MVP if your team is not top three in your conference. That's what it was before.
Yeah,
Kobe averaged like 36, some crazy number. Couldn't get it because his team was the eighth seed, even though he carried his team like heck, and he's the most valuable player for real, for real.
yeah,
But
but triple
look,
double.
don't get me wrong. Like, triple double's great. Triple double's great. But if it's not winning, like really,
But like he did something that was groundbreaking though that we haven't seen him like anybody do in decades.
but
We haven't
everyone's
seen.
doing it now.
Yeah, so he basically trailblazed that. He basically kind of started that wave of like now seeing guys more like average triple doubles or just seeing triple doubles in general in a game is just like, oh, okay, just another stat line. But when he did it for an entire season, again, when
Don't
I
get me
see
wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's a great MVP. It's a great season, but it's a season.
he also did the season, he also did the next season and the season after that.
There was only 2 seasons,
He had the MVP year, and I thought he had the Paul George year with Carmelo.
and then he was gone.
No, he had another Paul George year. Well, it was just him and Paul George, I thought.
Maybe so, but in that third season, he didn't have a triple double. I don't think.
I'm gonna go look.
I don't
I
even
believe
know. I know. I could have sworn it was only 2 seasons because
no,
I
because he
don't.
had well, no, because he had the year that KD actually left. He had that year. Then he had the year that Paul George and uh, Carmelo joined him, and then he had just the year where it was just Paul George. So he had 3 full years after KD left. I'm like 95% sure. So yeah, he had. So when did KD leave? 2016, 2015, 2016 season.
2016,
Yeah,
2015, 2016 season.
so yeah, he had the year where he averaged 31, 10 and 10 in 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018 he averaged 25, 10 and 10. 2018, 2019 was his last year in OKC and he averaged 20, 23, 11 wait, 23, 10 and 11. So he
Okay, I
averaged
guess he did. Yeah, he
three
did have.
so he
He did have
averaged
three.
3 straight years of triple doubles after that. in an OKC uniform.
Okay, yeah, he did. Yeah.
So again, if you still are you still sticking with if you still stick with KD, then hey,
No, I'm
we have
still
to
going KD. Still
okay.
KD.
We'll agree to disagree on that one. We got 13 more teams left.
Because also, still at the same time, it's only 3 seasons where he's averaging triple double, and it's 3 seasons where he's not doing anything in the playoffs.
That's true. I hold that against Russ too. But but
But,
KD also
but, but, but
KD. If
they
you're
win their
saying
final,
if you say
conference final.
if you're saying that KD brought them to the finals, if you're saying he's the lead horse of that, where was KD at when they blew the 3-1 lead against the Warriors?
He was there, and they blew a 3-1 lead, but he still got them to the conference finals.
So where was so Russ just didn't do anything? So like Russ was just kind of like
Obviously, Russ did it. He helped them out. He was their second option.
yeah.
But you're not going to sit here and tell me the second option is the best player. No,
I'm not
no.
saying he was the best player at that time. I'm saying in franchise history, when I think of the Oklahoma City Thunder, I'm going to think of Russell Westbrook for what he did with KD, and he put up like you don't have to. I mean, you should win in that, but like we're going to see teams West and East that guys have not won a championship or won in general, but they were still the best play. Like, for example, well, we'll go through them in a little bit. But there's guys who have not won championships with certain teams, but they're still that team's franchise player or like best player.
Kevin Durant's been doing it since 2007, and he was their leading star since 2007 up until 2016. Russell Westbrook was only their star for 3 seasons. And even in those 3 seasons, one of those seasons, Paul George ranked higher on the MVP ladder than Russell Westbrook.
This is true. But again, we can't just discredit Russ like, oh, it was just KD and
We're
Russ was just
not
kind of
discrediting him. He's their best player. We're not
he
going to sit here and say Scottie Pippen is the person for the Bulls. No,
he's
that
not.
wouldn't make sense.
He's
Even
not.
though, Scottie Pippen had seasons where he was the star player. He got them places. He had put up stats. He was on the MVP ladder. No, that's not how it works. Kevin Durant, I understand. You see Westbrook because he didn't go in such a terrible fashion as Kevin Durant did. All right, Kevin Durant left to go to the Warriors after they beat them. If Russell
Does that
Westbrook
not
did the
play a
same thing,
part? Does that not play a part?
it does not play a part. It does not, because that doesn't mean Russell Westbrook is their leading franchise player.
Okay. We'll just have to agree to disagree on that one. Hey, Q, I know you're watching this. You let us know. You let us know because he is a Oklahoma City Thunder fan. Q, you let us know who the best player in Thunder franchise history is. All right.
Also, just
So
like you said, best player in Thunder franchise history. Who's better, Westbrook or Kevin Durant?
what I'm
Kevin
thinking of,
Durant is ranking higher
yeah,
than
he's a
freaking
better player, but in terms of like the franchise in itself, I'm taking Russ.
this guy.
So the next team we got is this is obviously like some of these are easy. Next team we got the Dallas Mavs.
Luca.
Not the action figure. Not the you know what? Honestly, I'm not saying it's Luca yet, but I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of years it was Luca. But he Dirk, man. Dirk, man. Dirk Dirk brought home
I
that
mean, yeah, it's
chip.
Dirk right now, but Luca's coming up on that boy.
If Luca somehow, some way, if he gets a championship with the Mavs, oh yeah, he buy Dirk. No questions. Buy Dirk. So
All
obviously
right,
the
all right,
Mavs.
all right, all right. I want you to just run through the teams and name your person. And if I say something, that means I disagree. If I don't say nothing, I agree. All right, just run through the teams.
Sacramento Kings. I got Oscar Robinson, obviously.
Agree.
And then for the Lakers, um, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Kobe.
Yep, it's Kobe.
I'm gonna go say Kobe.
Here's what I'll say to you Magic Johnson fans out there, all right? If Kobe Bryant was in the same situation as Magic Johnson, he would have still played. He would have put his heart out there. He's ready to put blood, sweat, and tears. Magic Johnson,
I think
he wasn't going to
Kobe,
risk his life for ball. Kobe would.
Kobe did
All
it
right,
in
continue.
Kobe did it in the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, and kind of like the 2011, like that time frame. Or not 2011, but um, he just kind of has the multiple eras. I think when you think of Lakers, a lot of people are instantly going to think Kobe Bryant. So that's why I say Kobe. When I think of Kobe, or when I think of the Lakers, I think of Kobe. So the Houston Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Agree.
The Clippers, do we say Chris Paul? Do we say like a Bob McAdoo? Do we say Blake Griffin? I'm gonna stir up some controversy. I'm gonna say Blake Griffin is the best uh, Los Angeles Clipper of all time.
See, I'm I'm kind of on the side of that, but at the end of the day, Chris Paul, he's in the State Farm commercials. Blake Griffin was in what was that?
Kia.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about Kia. The video game commercial with him on a jetpack, and it was like a monthly subscription thing, and you send the game to them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember the commercial? It played all the time.
I
It was like
do.
Rocket something,
Rocket League,
and it was a video game service. I'm gonna look it up
Rocket
right now.
Mortgage, or no? Mm-mm.
No,
He did jump over a hood of a Kia. That was pretty
that was
gangster.
not that cool.
I know. Not at all. Not at all. I would say Chris Paul, but like Bob McAdoo, like, are we familiar with his game enough? Like he played. I feel like he played. Wasn't it black and white?
GameFly, that's what it is.
Oh, yo, you just unlocked a crazy
Yeah,
memory.
State Farm
Yo,
obviously lasts longer than GameFly, so
yo, I
just for that, I'm
forgot
going
about
Chris Paul.
GameFly.
Yeah, Blake Griffin was in all those commercials.
Yo, I forgot about that. You unlocked like the craziest core memory right now. Dang, whatever happened to GameFly? Those when
Yeah,
times were simple. Phoenix Suns. I'm gonna go Steve Nash. Two MVPs. Got some multiple playoff appearances. When I think of the Suns, I
yeah.
think of Steve
I'll
Nash.
just go Steve Nash. Yeah,
Stevie Nash. Some people are gonna say Charles Barkley. I think Charles Barkley is more of like a sixer, even though he did win that MVP with the Suns. I think of him more of like a sixer for some reason. But when I
hey, to
think,
that guy in our comment section the other day, it was like, oh, why is Barkley better than Ray Allen? Bro,
oh yeah, I
go
saw
look
that.
at Barkley's numbers, dog.
The mound round of rebound or something. Yeah, he was like
It
six
was
six
like
putting up those numbers. Those are
it was like
crazy.
29 and 12 with
He
five
was
assists.
he was like he's basically what you think Zion is supposed to be. That is
Exactly.
Charles. That is Charles
Bro,
Barkley. Like
Barkley
I
was
think
a
people.
dog.
I think a lot of people give him hate because they see him on like TNT and he's like always having these bad takes and like people
Yeah.
don't really realize how good he like was.
Nah, for real.
And he won an MVP in the 90s in the prime of Jordan, like the prime Jordan era, and played in
Yeah.
the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only
It
say
might be
Steve Nash.
Barkley. It might be Barkley. I might go with
I
Barkley.
think we just worked ourselves up into being. I think I just like talked myself into saying Barkley. I say
Yeah, we're going
Nash. No, I'm still saying Nash. I still
I'm
say
going
Nash.
Barkley. I'm going Barkley. All right, next team.
What's the next team? The Pelicans.
Ooh.
Oh, are we saying the Pelicans as in like the Hornets too? Like because they rebranded that whole thing,
Um,
or the Hornets? Because if I say the Pelicans, I'm going to say Chris Paul.
yeah, probably Chris Paul.
I'm saying Chris Paul. I mean, I can't
Yeah,
really. I mean, do you say some people might say Anthony Davis, but
Zion Williamson.
absolutely not.
But yeah, we'll go with Chris Paul in that one. It is. I'll be honest, there's kind of a debate there, but we'll go Chris Paul.
With him and Anthony Davis,
Yeah, but we'll go Chris
because
Paul.
yeah, Chris Paul was an MVP voting one time or discussion. He almost won it one year. Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry,
Will Chamberlain.
obviously.
It's Will Chamberlain.
Are you trolling or are you being for real?
He dropped 100.
We don't have evidence of that. How come?
He averaged
Okay,
50.
T
Hey,
for
hey.
timeout. T for timeout. Hold on. Check me out. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. We have evidence. We've seen people go to space. We have videos
No, we
of
haven't.
we have videos and all these information and footage of all these crazy things that happen in history. We have all this evidence and all this video stuff about like ancient Egyptians and how this was made and how this was made back then. We have stuff from when Jerry West was playing and John Havlicek and Pete Maravich making crazy passes. You're telling me we have no footage of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game or proof? All the only proof we have of this man's 100-point game is holding up a piece of paper that just says 100, and everybody's like, he had 100 points in the game. We don't have any other evidence. Where is the evidence? Where is the video footage? We have all this video footage of TV being in black and white all the way from like 1905, and we have video footage of like World War I and World War II, but we don't have video footage at all of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game besides him just holding up a piece of paper like this. I'm gonna show you what he did. 1 second. This is what he did, guys. This is what he did. This is the proof we have of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. It's literally it. Literally it. We don't have anything else, and we just no. I need to see the footage. At least something.
Nah, I'm joking. It's definitely Steph Curry.
It's just ridiculous, man. And plus, you were playing against plumbers. How hard is that? You were playing, bro. He was playing against guys that were basically me and you out there.
Bro, they're fouling like crazy.
He was playing
Hey,
against you.
okay, but that's not, you know what? If he's playing against me, I'm dropping 50, but they weren't dropping 50 on him.
You're
So,
You're a union guy.
Wilt Chamberlain can't guard me.
He can't guard union guys. Next team we got the Utah Jazz.
Pistol Pete Maravich.
I was gonna say John Stockton.
No, Karl Malone. It's Karl Malone.
I'm not saying nasty, man.
No, I understand Josh Giddey Pants, but look. Without Karl Malone, John Stockton is Tyus Jones. All right. John Stockton's not good. He's not a top 50 player of all time, not top 75, not top 100. All right. We must understand that. John Stockton is not a good player. Go watch how he played.
Especially the defense. His defense, oh my God.
Good. He's overrated. He had Karl Malone.
I'm only saying John Stockton because I'm not saying Karl Malone.
I understand that, but at that point, just say Gordon Hayward.
Can't support it.
John Stockton was not good.
Don't support it at all.
We just gotta understand that John Stockton's not good. Not a top 10 point guard of all time. Maybe not top 15, maybe not top 20. His stats are inflated, and he's not good. Continue.
Bobo just checked into the game. What is going on?
Are the Suns like winning by like 20?
No, it's the first quarter with 28 and a half seconds left. It's 24. Oh. It's 24-22, and Bobo just checked into the game.
That's random.
You must have heard all. Well, I think no. I
remember the big four. It's a big four right there.
Gross.
All right, continue.
Next team, we got the Memphis Grizzlies.
Mike Conley.
This is a debate. It's literally anybody from those teams. I was gonna say Marc Gasol.
I'm going Mike Conley. But there's really no debate to it. It's just picking who you want.
Or you can say Zebo. You can say Zach Randolph.
No, I wouldn't say Zebo. He wasn't like all star or anything. I
I
don't
was gonna
think.
say, I was
I
gonna
could be
say,
wrong.
I was gonna say Marcus Saul
Really, it might be
because
just Ja Morant at this point.
honestly, I feel like you can just take anybody from like those like early to mid 2010 teams that had Mike Conley, Zebo. Take any three of them you want. You can say Mike Conley, Zebo, or Marcus All, and I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to say
Yeah.
Marcus All has a DPOY, was arguably probably what top three center in the league at the time. Maybe, no, maybe not top three, maybe like top five center in the league, especially in the 2010s. I mean, it was centers. I mean, it was.
All right, next team. Next team.
I don't know. Let's see. The Blazers. Is it Dame?
I'm gonna say Damian Lillard. Yes,
I'm gonna say
Damian
Damian
Lillard
Lillard.
now.
And then the San Antonio Spurs. Timmy
Victor
Duncan.
Wembanyama,
Victor?
Tim
Nah,
Duncan,
I'm gonna say Timmy D. Timmy D.
Kawhi Leonard, George Gervin.
Boris Diaw.
It's a good one.
Matt Bonner.
Um, Jonathan something, 6'6" shooting guard. I think he was like 28 when he came in the league in like 2017.
Oh, Simmons,
Jonathan
right?
Simmons, that's his name.
I think that's his. He was in the G League, and then he like went crazy for a
Yeah.
while. Yeah, I think his name's like. I think it's like Jonathan Simmons.
Yep.
Jonathan Simmons Johnson. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah, he was a bucket. He was a
He
bucket.
was. He was.
Wonder what
So
happened to him.
are we just gonna?
Philly legend though.
Are we saving the East for next week?
Yeah, we can save the East for next week.
All right. Well,
Did we go through all the teams?
we went through all. That's what I'm saying. We went through all 15 teams.
Dang, that's crazy. That was quick.
Yeah, because you were like, "Oh yeah, that person's right. That person's right. That person." So you guys let us know in the comments who is the greatest Oklahoma City Thunder player in franchise history, KD
Evan
or
Durant.
Russ. We're gonna have a poll. I'm gonna put a poll on the YouTube and on Instagram. You guys let us know. We'll talk about it next week. Jaden, is there anything else you have for us before we check out of here?
I just want to say John Stockton is not good.
I think we should. I think before we close out, we should see the Luka action figure one more time.
Where'd he go? Where'd you go, little buddy? I haven't moved.
Wow.
I actually have no idea. Oh, there he is. How do you get over there?
That's all we have for you guys on this episode of After the Whistle. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell all your friends about us. And next week, we're going to go over the teams, franchise player, best player in the franchise's team history for the Eastern Conference. Check back in next week and we'll talk about it. I'm Xavier Chase. This is Jaden Valentine.
I'm Mark Danger.
Signing off. He is Mark Danger for the day.
Mark Danger.